again, everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a what's in my pen case video. This is kind of a twofer request video. I got a request to do some more what's in my pen case videos, and I also had a request to show my Franklin-Christoph Model 45s. So actually there was just one in particular, the emerald color, which is in here, along with my other 45s. So let's go ahead and get in here. I have a lot of pens to test out for you. I am going to be doing some pen tests on some Tomoe River paper so that you can see how the pen's in here write. I have done a what's in my pen case video about this pocket pen case from Galen, which is what this is. It's basically the 14 pen case Kaweco pen case, Kaweco Sport pen case. And I'll put a link down below to that prior video. A few of the pens are the same, but I have changed it enough to warrant a new video. So basically I have, instead of including Franklin-Christoph 45s as some of the pens I have in here, I have expanded my Franklin-Christoph 45 collection. So I have those here. I have a couple of Kaweco Lilliputs, and these I am not going to be testing today because they are uninked, but the nibs that are on the Kaweco Lilliputs are the same that are on the sports. So you're not really missing out on too much, other than I don't think I have an extra fine nib over here, but nonetheless, these are not inked, so you won't be seeing those today. And then on this side, I have mostly Kaweco All Sports, which are aluminum sports. So that is these here. This is a blue denim color. This one is the rose gold. This one is, it's either lavender or lilac. It was a special edition that is no longer available. This is the vibrant violet. This is the only plastic one that I have in here. This is the special edition purple from Galen Leather. Then I have the espresso, which is also in all sports, and then I have the brass, and they have a variety of nibs on them. Some of these you saw in the prior iteration of this video. Most of these you did not, because they have different nibs on them. So I'll go through those, but fairly quickly. And then obviously this 45 emerald. Someone wanted to see this and see how transparent the body is. As you can see, it's a little bit transparent. I think you should be able to see that ink level in there just a little bit. So for me, it's just enough to see how much ink I have left in there, which to me is translucent enough, which is nice. And I have procured from eBay a Vaniss limited edition sort of teal color 45. So that's no longer available. And this, I believe, was my first one, which is the antique glass. And then I have also added a Italian ice to the collection. So I'll go through and test these quickly. These have some really interesting nibs on them, so you might be interested in seeing that. But let's go first to the Kawecos. Okay, I have a piece of paper here that I'm going to be doing the tests on. So this one you've seen before, so I'll try and go fairly quickly through this one. So this one has a custom Waverly fine nib, and the Waverly nib is from fpnibs.com. And so let's just put Kaweco All Sport on the top here. Kaweco All Sport, or Sport. And then this one is the blue denim with a fine Waverly nib. Whoa, what's going on here? Okay, that's very interesting. That is the first time that's ever happened. I just refilled this morning, so there might be like a hair in there or something. Sometimes that happens. Fine Waverly nib. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we're back on track now. Sometimes things like that happen. I'm just gonna dab this with the little tissue that I was getting ink off of other things with. So fine Waverly nib. And then this has linen toolbar. Indigo Tegan. Okay. Yeah, I think what it might have happened is I might have had it too low and it was basically getting a glob of ink from in here, and I had just filled it and not really wiped it very well. So that's probably what that's all about. And I've labeled all these with their nib size or what the nib is here so that I can identify them with washi tape. Okay, so this is a regular fine nib, and then I also have the premium fine nib, or do I? Oh, I mislabeled it. Okay. Man, I am a mess today. So this is the rose gold with a fine nib. This is just a regular fine nib. And then this has De Atramentis, Urban Gray, which is a document ink. Okay, so this is the fine, and I think this next one, even though it's labeled as premium medium, is actually premium fine. Yes, that is premium fine. Okay, so I'm going to go in here. I'll probably put a new sticky on there, but for the meantime, oops. Okay, so this, let's call this the lilac, not sure if that's actually what it is, with a premium fine nib, which I think is actually narrower than this fine nib, which is interesting because I think some people have noticed that their premium nibs have written broader, but I think this is also partially the ink. I know this is a little small, but I'm going to put it up to the camera here in a minute. And this ink is Herbin Larme de Cassis. Okay, so that's the premium fine. And then this is a medium cursive italic nib, also from fpnibs.com. So all the custom ones are from fpnibs.com. So this is the Vibrant Violet with a medium cursive italic. And the ink is Birmingham Chrysanthemum. Okay. And then this is the purple Galen pen, but it has a double broad nib. So this is the purple Galen Sport limited edition with a double broad nib, which is actually very, very smooth and nice. And this has Birmingham Hydrangea, which I think is actually a very good match for this pen. Oh, keep getting it in the wrong place. Okay. And then this one is a 14 karat medium on an espresso limited edition with a gold medium nib. And this is Kobe Vintage Sepia. All right, and the last one here really is a premium medium, and this is one that I got after getting the fine premium medium. So this is the brass, and a brass with the premium medium nib. I'd say it's about the same line quality as the gold, which would be a little bit broader, but the nibs vary so much, it's really hard to tell. So this has De Atramentis. I think this is actually Document Sepia Brown. Okay, and with this particular medium, you can reverse write. It's a little bit dry, but it is possible, whereas with the other nibs, it's not really possible. Although I don't think I've tried with the gold nib. Try that real quick. Let's see, can we write? Yeah, we can sort of write in reverse on there too. I'd say it's almost the same. So, you know, the new premium nib is probably similar to the gold nib. Okay, so that's all the Kawecos. I do have a variety of different nibs on regular plastic sport Kawecos that I have in a little pen roll. I may show that at some other point. It has some of the metallic nibs, I guess, or calligraphy nibs of various sizes on those, so that might be worth doing. Just let me know if you're interested in that. And then on here we have all of these 45s. So let's see, I might run out of room here. So this is the Franklin-Christoph. Model 45s. Okay, so this is the Wonder Pens. And again, I will put this close to the camera so you can see. This is the Wonder Pens limited edition. And then this is Franklin-Christoph Urushi Red is the ink. And then this is just a 1.4 stub nib. And that has been one that I've had that like that for a while. This one, so I just recently converted it from being a from using a cartridge to being dropper filled. And I literally just filled this, so I don't know. Okay, we seem to be doing okay. So this is, I don't know the color of this one. This one I bought secondhand. Let's call it Caramel Swirl. And this is, okay, with a fine cursive italic nib, and then this is Troublemaker Kelp Tea. All right, and then what do I have in this emerald? Okay, yeah, this was the one that I couldn't really find. So this is, I have to look and see. Okay, so this is the emerald. And this has a medium sig nib. And I believe that this is Sailor. It's either Haha or 123. I cannot remember which. It is one of those. It's a Sailor shading ink. And then, as you can see, this one is much more transparent. This is the limited edition Van Ness version. Really just the color is the only thing that is special about it. This has a very interesting nib. So this is all of these take a number 5 nib, Yovo number 5 nib. And this one is an extra fine semi-flex that I got from FP Nibs. And it really kind of has an interesting thing. It's ground. There's a little split here sideways to kind of create the flex. So this is a semi-flex, extra fine semi-flex. It's not the smoothest writing experience, I have to say, but it does give you a lot of really nice line variation. So this is the Van Ness pens. Limited edition. And, okay, so with an extra fine semi-flex. And this has a Lennon toolbar ink. Oops, so that can happen. Lennon toolbar. It's a light blue, but I cannot remember the name of it, unfortunately. So this one, oops. When you start doing that, when you start flexing it quite a bit, it takes a little bit for the ink flow to get back. But once you do, I mean, you can get, I don't want to overflex it because this is very, very delicate. I actually got the full flex version of this number 5, and I did spring the tines, even though I was being very gentle with it. So this one still works, and it gets a lot of really nice line variation. I'll put it up to the camera at the end again, so you will be able to see. This is one you've seen before. This is one of my first Model 45s. This is the antique glass with a broad sig. Oops, sig. And then this has Lennon toolbar. Wen Shan Puchong T, which is really one of my all-time favorite inks. I use it in a lot of pens, and it flows really nicely and sort of has this really interesting funky green color. Okay, and then this one, this is the Italian ice. And this is actually a very good combo. I could actually have put this on my perfect combinations series or perfect pairing series. This is the Italian ice. So it has a broad cursive italic, and then the ink is Sailor. And again, this is either 162 or 123. I've forgotten. Whichever one leans more purple. This one leans more blue, this one leans more purple. And this one just is a lovely writer. With the size 5 nibs, you're always going to get a little bit smaller of a nib grind than you would with a size 6. So, okay, so let's go back up to these Kawecos. Here you can see it wrote fine after I cleaned off that nib. I think I just had too much ink in there in the feed, and I caught it on the paper. And then, okay, so here we have all of these different ones. And then with the Franklin-Christoph ones, this one's my favorite down at the end. And then there's that, it's pretty much dry now. On the Tomoe River paper, it doesn't seem to be bleeding through to the other side, which is nice. But it really, oh, I think there's an actual N in Van Ness, actually. I left an N out. But it really writes nicely, but I have to be super careful with it because I can't put too much pressure on it. Like I said, I did that with the, there was a full flex version of this, and I think I just pressed down a little too much and sprung the tines. So I have to be really careful with that one. But there you go. That's another what's in my pen case video. It's the same pen case as before, but it's a new configuration. And like I said, it does kind of double duty to show you my newer collection of Franklin-Christoph Model 45s. All right, well, that's all I had for you today. Feel free to subscribe to keep track of future videos on my channel. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. I hope to see you next time, but in the meantime, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.